What's up, Bone? Why should we chill, Bone?
You can start now. You can start now. You can start now.
So I just think that balance breaker is stronger.
I guess my premise is that Juggernaut Drive is stronger. So can
Why
you
do you think that?
substantiate? Nah, I mean, you want to start since you're like,
No. I've been, to be honest, I've been giving you my points the whole week, so I think it'd be fine if you start because you're gonna hear the same arguments. So
I mean, you're
you might
gonna
as well
some argument. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So, okay. Let's hope this is a fun. Okay, Stick. So, are you aware how in around volume 12, 11, where did the fight? Salsa, the first fight against Salsa when he 1v7 was volume 11, correct? It's somewhere around there. Right?
Yeah.
You get the point. Around that time,
Yeah.
issei stated, right, in order to evolve his forms, he has to evolve the lower form. Right? You know how issei's forms work. If he wants to evolve True Queen, he needs to upgrade his Triana forms. If he wants to upgrade his Triana forms, he needs to upgrade. You know how they work, right? Okay, so as like the lower forms get stronger, the higher forms get stronger. So sort of like how Super Saiyans work, right? So in season 3, are you aware that like Juggernaut Drive was indeed stronger than Balance Breaker?
In season 3? Yeah, I can agree with that.
Right. So in season 4, obviously Balance Breaker got a huge buff, correct?
Yeah.
Right. When he was fighting Salsa, it got a huge buff, right?
Okay.
And along with the buff, since you basically agreed to those forms evolving, right? Since Balance Breaker got a buff, then inherently Juggernaut Drive, which is like a full-on all-out power that is so strong that it will kill him, right? Obviously, inherently, that's going to get stronger, right? So if they started out unequally, they started with Balance Breaker below and Juggernaut above, right? And they're going to upgrade, and they're going to, obviously get stronger, then Juggernaut Drive is inherently going to get stronger as well. So they are not equal. Juggernaut Drive will always be above.
Can I get my contingent?
Go for it.
So my first contention, do you know why it was going to kill him? It's not because of the power. It's going to kill him because of the curse.
Curse.
Right?
What curse?
The Juggernaut Drive has a curse. It has negative energy from not negative energy and negative power. Like, do you want me to send a scan of that?
Yeah, I would actually appreciate that.
I think I have a scan of that.
Send it.
Might take me a while because they just did my archives and shit. But
or is it in your server? I can scroll it. So we're like, what's up?
I'll send it to you. I'll send it in this server in
BC scans. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sure. Phoenix Wave, right? Yeah. VC scans. Okay. All right. Here it states that is the Juggernaut Drive no, it's completely wrong. Although it has the same organic change as the Juggernaut Drive, it does not have the same ominous aura. That's the curse. It fills issei with negative
aura, but aura can't kill a nigga, yo. Look, aura is not.
Do you want me to prove that they can?
I mean, yeah, because you know what aura is, right? It's just sort of like the energy you give out. You feel me? When they went to go Beelzebub, right after issei died, Beelzebub, the aura that Akino and Kiba were giving out was a malicious one with full of killing intent. That wasn't really anything sort of that could kill them. It was just their aura. It was their killing intentional aura. You feel me? I don't think that or to kill people.
Are you listening to what I'm saying though? That ominous aura. The ominous aura is the curse that issei has. I look for an scan where they're explaining that Juggernaut Drive is the negative emotions of.
No, yeah, I get that Juggernaut Drive is negative, right? Because it literally has the side effect of going berserk, right? But what you're trying to say is that the reason that it kills him is purely due to that negative aura, which is what I'm doubting.
No, I'm not saying it's because of the curse, not the aura. The curse, the negative emotion.
But you're saying the curse is the aura.
Is what makes him the negative energy and the negative emotions and the ominous aura is what kills him. Is the curse, not just the form itself. He's gonna die because of the life force being drained, not because of the power of Juggernaut Drive. If you're the life force.
What was the point of the aura? What was the point of the aura?
The negative emotion is part of the curse.
Okay. So what's the point of the curse? Right? Okay, so I'm gonna prove what kills. What is the reason that that Juggernaut Drive is so dangerous?
He goes berserk and his life force is drained.
Okay, but how?
Because of the curse.
Okay, so the curse is directly correlated to him dying.
The curse.
The curse, which is what you
If
just
the
stated.
curse, if the curse has to do with the life draining and the negative emotions, yes, because the curse would be the negative emotions.
That's
Yeah.
completely wrong. Let's just say-
I'll look for
Wait,
this guy.
here, no, it's not a curse, bro. It's just the ominous aura. Hold on, right? Look at the scan, right? Okay, so what it's talking about is there's another form of that's not Juggernaut Drive, right? Because it is being compared to Juggernaut Drive, right?
Mhm.
Now, Juggernaut Drive, I explained to you what aura is. Like Akino and Kiba had that malicious killing intention full of aura, right? This
Mhm.
isn't a curse. This is just talking about. Obviously, it's going to be ominous aura because he's literally going berserk. Like that Juggernaut Drive is a pure rage. It's pure rage. It's pure destructive power and rage. So obviously, there's going to be a malicious aura, especially when the only reason he went is because he was in a state of anger, right? When like Asha, whatever, right? That's why it's malicious aura. It's not really a curse. It's just a malicious aura.
No, are you aware that the aura would have to do with the curse?
I'm not aware.
And I'll send you like that Juggernaut Drive has like the negative emotions. Give me a sec.
No, but send me something relating to the curse too, because you're talking about the curse. This is talking about the aura. I explained to you why.
The curse is like is the negative emotions of the past users, bro.
The past users don't exist anymore. Oh, actually, no, never mind.
They still exist.
Yeah. What do you call it? For the time that we're using, they do exist. My fault.
Yeah, I'll send this guy. See, they're talking about the negative.
Yeah, didn't the users like they're not there anymore because of him resurrecting?
Did they die then? I'm not too sure when they died. Or
No.
when they,
In the time that we're using, right? No, they're still alive. I'm just trying to say that
yeah.
like after he got resurrected, they're like not there anymore.
Yeah. So that would be part of the curse. Like he gets these negative emotions, right? That would have to do with the ominous aura.
So that's what is killing him.
The curse is what's killing him because the curse has to do with the life draining, of course, right?
Oh yeah. Hold on. So we moved on to this whole curse thing, right?
Huh?
We moved on to this whole curse thing, which was sort of like a sell point in what I said, though. Like, why are you referring to this point?
That was my first.
I'm not gonna necessarily say okay, you're correct, but like if we can move on to like the main point of my
Okay, so
argument, that would be
mentioned
appreciated.
like
My main argument is
how the power goes up in like the Super Saiyan forms, like how if Issei's base gets stronger, all these power ups are also stronger, right? Okay, so you agree that like if I train my base, the closest state to my base would be stronger than the furthest away because they don't go up in I don't think they would go up in equals unless you have something to say like they would. Because I don't think they would go up as equals. Like like if Issei's base goes stronger, right? Obviously all of these forms also additionally get stronger, right? But the closest one to base should get stronger, more substantially stronger than the ones further away.
I have a question for you. You know how like Super Saiyans have like a set multiplier?
Super Saiyans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know most of them have multipliers, yeah.
All of them do. Some of them are just not quantifiable to us.
Unquantifiable.
Right. But they're still multipliers, correct?
Probably, yeah, sure.
Right. Because even if it's 0.3, that is still the multiplier. The multiplier is 0.3. It doesn't necessarily have to be a whole number or like by 2. You feel me? Right.
Yeah.
So base, and let's take balance breaker, and just for the sake of it, let's just focus on balance breaker, base, and Juggernaut, right?
Balance breaker and Juggernaut?
Let's say balance breaker. This is just a random ass number. This has nothing. Wait, let's just say balance breaker is like 5 times base, right? Okay. Let's say in season 3, Juggernaut Drive is 2 times balance breaker, right? These are just random ass numbers, right? This is for an example, right? Okay. So if let's say you have 5 in base is his power level, right? 5 times 5 would be 25, times 2 would be 50, right? So if I grow my base to like 10, right? Mm-hmm. Then my balance breaker would be 50.
So what you're trying to get is
because my base form and the other thing, the multiplier doesn't change. It's just like the power level change. Right? The multiplier is still going to be consistent. It doesn't matter. Right?
Okay.
It's not like necessarily base gets a lot stronger, so Juggernaut only gets like a little bit stronger. No, it correlates with the multiplier that was already set in place.
I can understand the example. What relevance does it have with issei's forms?
I just
Because
told you why.
his forms don't have a quantifiable number, like in the difference. Unless you
They
have one.
do. No, they do. We just don't know them.
So then that's a null point. Why would you mention that then?
No, you're not getting it, bro. Just because we don't know it doesn't mean that there's not a multiplier.
We can't use something we don't know then, bro.
But it still has a multiplier. We know that it has a multiplier.
What is the multiplier?
Nigga, let's just call it X. You're not getting my point. Are you?
No, I'm trying to understand.
No. The multiplier amount
the
multiplier amount does not matter.
Quantify what we do not know.
But we know that there's a multiplier. We know that for certain, right? We just
okay,
don't know.
What indication is it that there's a between Juggernaut?
That it's stronger.
Okay, why is it stronger?
Because Juggernaut Drive is stronger than his balance breaker. You agree to that in season 3?
Yeah, in season 3, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so there'll have to be a multiplier in difference. You know, a multiplier could be a 0.04%. That would still be a multiplier in strength increase, right? We just don't know that multiplier. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that there is some sort of multiplier between those two in season 3.
Why is that a multiplier, not a rage amp? Because from what it's showing, Issei got mad that Asia died, and that's how he went to Juggernaut Drive. The negative emotion took over.
You can't call it rage amps because Juggernaut Drive is a rage amp. Like you cannot. That's what we're trying to debate. You can't call it. Oh, you can't. It doesn't count as a rage amp because
you're saying there's multipliers, but we don't know those.
It is a multiplier.
It's what you cannot quantify it. So how can we use it?
Okay, bro. You're okay. I'm not trying to use the exact number, bro. Can you let me finish this time?
Sure, go ahead.
What I'm trying to get you to get is that there is some sort of multiplier between the two. Okay, so if one of them gets stronger, the other one would inherently still multiply no matter how much. So like it wouldn't necessarily be because you were saying that base could get stronger a lot more than Juggernaut, right? That's what you were saying.
Okay, I'm just gonna agree until you like it on your point.
Right. So that's what you were saying. And because there's already a set multiplier, although it doesn't matter if we know it or not, then what's it called? It wouldn't necessarily be that it would be a difference in increase in power between forms because the multiplier is already set.
Bro, there is no multiplier though.
Why is there no multiplier?
I don't think you're understanding that point. There is no like multipliers.
Yes, there is. We just don't know it, but we know there's a multiplier.
Bro, then we cannot use it, bro. What are you not understanding?
Okay, it's 6. Let's say there's 5 and 6, right? To get to 5 to 6, there is a multiplier. You know that, right?
I'm okay with like 5 and 6 being above 5, yeah.
So to get to 5 to 6, you can use a multiplier to get to there. You know, there's a multiplier to get from 5 to 6, which is what I'm trying to get you. Yeah, I don't know it off the top of my head, and I don't really think you do, but we both know that there is a multiplier to get from 5 to 6.
Are you aware that if you're gonna bring up the fact there's a multiplier, you're gonna have to like give us evidence for that, bro?
No, I'm not. Nigga, there's a difference in strength. You literally agreed to it.
There is a difference in strength, but what is the multiplier, bro?
I'm not using the quantity of multiplier. I'm not using the number of multiplier. I'm not using like the actual quantity of the multiplier. I'm using the multiplier itself. The fact that it exists, not like what it is. I'm using the fact that it exists. Right. So I'm going to need you to like actually refrain from saying quantify because I'm not using the quantity of the multiplier. I'm using the multiplier that exists.
Okay, right. So how much stronger do you think he got then, bro? What do you think is the difference in strength?
That's irrelevant. Difference in strength from what? From what?
From balance breaker to Juggernaut Drive. That's what you're trying to bring up.
It doesn't matter because I told you I'm not using the quantity. I'm using the fact that there is a multiplier between them.
But he's
multiplier,
but isn't.
So look, if you want to go to conclusion on this whole multiplier point, because I don't think you're getting my point.
But I'm understanding you're saying that there's a multiplier, correct? There is a multiplier.
Okay.
But you cannot quantify this multiplier.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't care about the quantity of the multiplier.
Okay, so it does not exist then.
Bro, what?
If you cannot quantify, how can we use it as a point, bro?
No, bro. What? I'm not
Yeah, like,
using the quantity of the multiplier, bro. I'm not using it. I'm using the fact that it exists, bro. You're not getting it. You want to go to conclusion on this point?
yeah, we can go conclusion on this point. That's fine.
Hey, do you want me to start?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Bone. What's it called? Thank you. Look, basically, what I'm trying to argue, right, and Sticks was just in getting is the fact that a multiplier exists via there being a difference in strength. You're aware that Sticks agreed to the fact that Juggernaut Drive was actually ahead in power compared to Balance Breaker in season 3, right? So there would have to be some sort of multiplier in difference. So I'll give the example of to get from 5 to 6, there would have to be some sort of multiplier. Although we both don't know it in the top of our head, it exists. Sticks agreed to that point, right? So there would have to be some sort of multiplier. He kept asking me to quantify it, but I told him repeatedly that I'm not using the quantity of the multiplier. I'm using the multiplier itself and the fact that it exists. And I proved its existence via the difference in power, which he conceded to in the beginning. That's basically my whole point. Yeah, you can go, Sticks.
All right, so Tempest brought up the fact that there's a multiplier. He proved that there is a multiplier because there was a difference in strength, right? But the multiplier is invalidated by the fact that there is no quantity to it. So we can accept that there is a multiplier, but since we cannot accept or understand that there is a quantity to it, I don't see how it would matter.
So you just agreed to my point, Sticks, that there is a multiplier. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind there being a multiplier, but if
Okay, then
Is
why
that
did
it?
we
Wait,
start
is that it?
arguing
Is
for
that it?
so
Is that it?
long?
Is that it? So I can get conclusions?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, sadly, I'm gonna have to give it a temp on this because Sticks,
Sadly.
he isn't arguing. Yeah, because bro, come on, he's my bro. Come on now, but he isn't arguing the quantity. He doesn't have to quantify it because he's just arguing that it does exist. Because we know that there's like basically like a multiplier to
yeah,
get from this to this.
with the
He
multiplier
doesn't want to quantify.
existing because
All
it was
he's
strong at some
arguing
point.
is the fact that it does exist. He isn't arguing the quantity of it like you want him to. He can use it if it does exist. He doesn't specifically need the quantity of it. That's what he's arguing.
Right. Yeah, because I'm not going to necessarily use the quantity of it. Right?
All right. Okay. Sure.
Okay, so we moved on, right? Now that this point was whole settled, we can go on to the basis of my main argument, which is, or my basis of my main rebuttal to your rebuttal, right? Which basically, now that there is a set multiplier, right, then you can't really claim that base form goes up more than Juggernaut Drive because of the set multiplier in place.
I think that the balance breaker discloses the multiplier.
Now, can you substantiate that?
Okay, so in balance breaker, it was stated that like he had like reached the Juggernaut drive's power in balance breaker season 4. Do you want me to send that?
Go for it. Is that what you sent me already? I want to see it again. Can you also give me the episode? I know you know it. I just want to, in case I want to go back and watch it. You feel me?
Yep. So episode 6, I believe, season 4. I'll send this guys though.
Yeah, it's fine. What's the name for like the season?
Hero. I'm sending this guys now. I gotta go shower soon.
You know a timestamp?
Nah, to be honest, I don't. I can try quickly find it.
Is it the summon boobs? Is it where you said summon boobs?
Yeah, like just right
it's
after.
It's the first second. Okay.
No. It's like it happens a few like minutes afterwards.
But what is this anime, bro? Am I really scaling this shit?
I'll get you the timestamp right now, quick. I need to be my. Hello?
Poking them will cause dramatic change. Her nipples are a switch.
I believe it happens in like 6 minutes and something. Hold on, let me just check. I Tempest. Check 6 minutes 55 seconds.
6 minutes what?
6 minutes 55 seconds.
Okay. Just a pervert anyways. Let's do this. Boosted gear.
All right. I haven't debated in a long time. I just realized. Shit.
Wait, Sticks. That's not balance breaker though. That's like Welsh some bullshit.
He said mode change after. He was in. If you wanna like watch episode 5, you can go watch episode 5 too. He was in balance breaker. If you want to.
Oh yeah. So he's okay. So you're claiming that this
Okay, wait.
that
First,
what you sent happened when he was in balance breaker form.
Do you mind if I explain something real quick?
Go for it.
Okay, so do you know like the Triana forms, right? Like the bishop,
like the 3 ones,
the knight,
bishop,
yeah.
knight, and rook.
Are you aware they can be performed in balance breaker, but he just like does an armor purge? That's why it says modal change and not like form change, because it's still in balance breaker, but he can change the form.
But they're not necessarily balance breaker because balance
Yeah,
breaker is more all around.
there are additional speed and additional power for it.
Right. I believe, like the one he used
power,
before he died was like the speed one.
Yeah, and then the one that you see in the scans that I sent you in VC scans, right? He did this imbalance breaker, and then he went into like bishop lost or whatever it's called.
I need to go charge my Chromebook. Okay, that's fine. Give me a second. Okay, so from when was the last time that Juggernaut Drive was used?
Season 3, episode 9.
When Asha died?
Volume 6, I believe. Is it
When
volume
Asha
6?
died?
Oh, she didn't die, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and rant like, oh, you agreed to that, right?
Yeah. I was kidding because he's done it before. You know. Yeah.
Now what do you call it? Okay, so the last time that Juggernaut Drive was shown was season 3, whatever. When Asha died.
He says Juggernaut Drive at least.
He says Juggernaut Drive.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what you're claiming, or what these scans are claiming, correct me if I'm wrong, is that now that Juggernaut Drive or whatever is in this form because he got a power up.
Yeah, this is like, it says that like, yeah, I would say equal for this.
So you got a power up, and now you're saying that via the narrative or whatever, the text, whatever, right? That now they're equal.
And it's like shown, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, now that you agree to that, I have heavy contentions with this. Right?
What's your contentions?
One, you agreed to it being a power up to reach Juggernaut Drive's level, right? Bone heard that. Yeah, you agreed to that.
Being a power up.
Yeah, you got a power up, nigga.
Okay.
Via touching Rias's tits, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, remember what you agreed to earlier? That whenever Balance Breaker got a form, inherently all the other forms would get a power up, right? So what I'm claiming here is that Balance Breaker Juggernaut Drive would have gotten a power up via this getting a power up, right? Now, this also gets backed up by the fact that your scan says it's feeling nostalgic, right? Meaning that he's felt the same power before, correct? The same power in Volume 6 when Asha died or whatever, right? So from that moment up until this moment, Issei got stronger, and now he just got a power up. And since he hasn't gone into Juggernaut Drive, he doesn't know the actual power of what Juggernaut Drive is capable of now. So he's comparing this form to a season 3 Juggernaut Drive.
Drag would know.
No, he wouldn't.
Why would Drag not know? Drag is inside the secret gear.
That's fine.
You know, like Drag literally tells Issei all the time, like, which form is the strongest to use for which situation. You with them?
Okay, look.
This nigga sending me definitions, bro. Why are you sending me definitions, bro?
No, look, it's kind of helpful though, right?
So I'll try to helping it down.
Look, right, Sticks. He's saying it's feeling nostalgic, right? Because the nostalgia of season 3 Juggernaut Drive. He how would he know a nostalgic feeling of Juggernaut Drive in that moment? He wouldn't, because he's not in Juggernaut Drive. So he's comparing this power to a season 3 Juggernaut Drive. He doesn't know what a current Juggernaut Drive at that moment would be, right? So again, what I'm claiming is via you agreeing to earlier, right, since he got a power up and he's gotten stronger from season 3 to season 4, that Juggernaut Drive would inherently be stronger.
Sorry, I forgot to say this last scan. Wait, so this is Drag's true power. So obviously it'd be like nostalgic to him. It was always gonna be nostalgic to him.
Season 3 Juggernaut Drive.
Sorry.
That balance breaker is equal to a season 3 Juggernaut Drive.
No, it's Drag's true power.
No.
Why not?
Because if it was his true power, then you would be basically saying that that Juggernaut Drive cannot get stronger whatsoever, not at all.
Why?
And that any power ups becoming. Because if it's his true power, then that means it would be his full power. Boystix, is it his full power?
It says true power.
True power. Is it his full power?
I'm not sure. It's never stated if it's his full power, if he's going all out.
Right. So again, since you can't really tell me if it's his full power, right, then we're gonna go with the fucking logical assumption that via what you agreed to earlier, him getting a power up would still boost his Juggernaut Drive power.
Yeah, that's okay, but if it's Drag's true power, it will transcend that of the Juggernaut.
No.
Why not? Do you want me to show you
it might have transcended the season 3 Juggernaut Drive.
Do you want me to show you Drag's power being above Juggernaut Drive? Like Drag's true aura and true power?
I mean, look, is it gonna help your case?
Yeah, I guess. Mine.
So then might as well send it, right? Again, this isn't me. This is you're here arguing. I'm just rebuttaling your point.
Wait. I don't know if this is illegal for the debate, but like, what is it? You said this debate's up to like volume 12, or like we're allowed to use information from
basically pre-death.
Pre-death?
Like pre-volume 11.
Actually, this has nothing to do with like, this is about Drag's true power. My bad for the spoiler, though. My bad for the spoiler, bro. I'll be honest. My bad for the spoiler.
Okay. I already know most of the shit that's gonna happen, anyways.
Oh, for sure. Okay, I got you.
I mean, what's the code?
Why am I on server ad? Huh? What you say?
What's the code? You told me a bunch of things that happened in the line novel.
Okay, so.
Oh shit.
Here, right? It says like, okay, so you don't mind me spoiling, right? Because you know what's gonna happen.
Well, nigga, if you don't, then you're probably gonna, concede this point. So you might as well.
So issei gets a huge power up later on, right? And he's able to revive Drag in like volume 25, something like that. Right? He's able to revive Drag, and then like he just comments on like Drag's aura, and he's like, what in the reads, or it's equal to my dragon deification aura. Issei's strongest form is the dragon deification.
Yo, Sticks, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Who is stronger, anime Issei or anime Akino?
Anime Akino or anime Issei?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty obvious. This is a trick I'm just asking James.
What relevance does this have?
It's for my point, or do you want me to answer that?
I just want to know the relevance of what Akino has to do.
This is to my point.
For your point?
Mm-hmm.
I think Issei is probably stronger.
Lisa probably. I could probably get you a scan of him being definitely stronger if that makes you feel better, right? But
nah, I'm fine with him being stronger.
Are you was sitting on the couch? Like they were both sitting on the couch, but I don't know how to killing intent. Her aura would be a lot more stronger and malicious than Issei's. That doesn't mean that she's stronger. This is just talking about aura. I don't really care about aura. It's not pertaining to power.
But if his aura transcends that of the, or equal or transcends that of the dragon deification's aura, right? The aura would both be like the fighting aura, because that's the only time Issei uses dragon deification, and this is Drag's true power, right? And I don't mind like
aura isn't power, bro. Aura isn't power. I'm keeping a stack with you.
Okay, are you aware that like when you have more aura, or like the stronger your aura, the stronger you are?
Not necessarily.
Why do you think? Why not?
I gave you the example of like if Akino and Issei were to sit on the couch and one of them had killing intent. If Akino had a killing intent, her aura would be a lot stronger. Their killing intent, right? We know that because when they went to go confront Beelzebub and Kiba lost his arm and whatever, right? When they go to confront Beelzebub to ask him about the evil chess pieces, right? Beelzebub noticed Kiba and Akino's killing intent pretty obviously. So obviously their aura was a lot stronger than Rias's. But I believe Rias is stronger than like Kiba, I think. I don't know. But you got the point, right? Just because they're killing intent and their aura was a lot stronger doesn't necessarily mean that they are stronger.
Okay, if
That's just
they
how it
have
works.
killed
Or is not power. No, hold on. Can you prove to me that this aura directly correlates to power?
All right, so dragon deification, right, releases aura from great red, right? That aura that he uses to fight. That's how issei fights it, right? He uses his aura and his body to fight, right? You're aware of that, right? You don't need proof of that, right?
Okay, but like if
fight.
Issei had a killing intent, his aura would be a lot stronger. Okay, look, stick. Right? You're claiming that Balance Breaker is stronger than Juggernaut Drive, correct?
I'm on the point of right now. Okay,
No. I'm asking you're agreeing. That's what you're arguing, right? The entire debate. That's what you're arguing.
Yeah, the bigger picture, yeah.
Right. Okay. So you're aware that in Juggernaut Drive, his aura was a lot stronger than in Balance Breaker.
At the time.
Well, shit. Okay, look. The aura of Juggernaut Drive was about to kill Ryo Sanakino. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And do you know why? Because of his pure hatred and pure malicious intent. Right? But if you're claiming that Balance Breaker
is also a lot stronger than them too. Because even Valley was scared to go into next to issei unless he was in. So I think just about power.
Because even look, aura doesn't mean power. That's my point. Unless you can prove to me otherwise.
I think it does because like even Valley himself said, "Kill you if you get too close because he's too strong." Also, okay, I'll go back to season 2 for you, right? Where literally, hold on, let me just find the episode. High school. I'll use like season 2 was new, right? High school, yeah, DxD. I think it's like episode 11. Give me a sec. No, it was the next episode. But like, okay, I'll just look for it. Hold on.
I guess it's so fucking loud for me, bro.
Am I loud?
No, this nigga Bone said that.
What did he say? So fucking loud for me. My bad, bro.
I mean, do we have a burning of rejoiner time for like scans? So we don't take 10 years trying to find scans. Do we agree like on 4 minutes?
4 minutes? My nigga, really? Okay,
starting now though, of course I haven't timed you yet. Bone said 5 minutes. Is fine is good?
Sure, why not?
Because I don't want excessive, you feel me?
Yeah, and I need to go shower soon anyway, so yeah, it's fine.
I guess they'll start the stopwatch.
What episode is 11? Is it episode 11? Oh, it's episode 12. Fuck. Okay.
Why are you going to season 2 though?
It'll benefit the point.
Alright, bro. This is my main. Do I need to go into my main one with that one scan? I don't know. Bro, DXD kind of good. Yeah, it's strong too, bro. Nigga, we both know you're gonna watch it for like the boobs, nigga. You're not watching it for anything else. Horny ass nigga.
Alright, I'm gonna say my battler.
Doesn't Shinji like neg battler? Like with his fingers, like with his eyes closed? Come on now. Yes, a cap. I'm done.
Okay, so like I said my scans.
Alright.
So
if you approach them.
Yes, there's Valley and issei are fighting in season 2, episode 12, right? And so X stops Rias is like, nah, you'll burn to death if you like stop saying big old boobs, nigga. Chill. I'm trying to read my scan, bro. It's like, yeah, the ores have exceeded your limit. So like that would inherently mean that like even if she wanted to, she couldn't stop them because they're too powerful for her. And she'd burn to death. So that shows that aura would translate to power.
Are these directly like next to each other, Sticks? Are these two
Yeah.
scans and these two frames correct directly next to each other?
I will give it a second. Hold up. The ores have exceeded your limits. You will burn to directly off each other. Do you want time step?
No, I'm not that petty. I was just asking.
Okay. And then Ray says, but I can't just watch them because she's scared that Issa is probably gonna die because Valley was stronger at the time.
See, look at this nigga, bro.
But this nigga's so down bad, bro.
Okay, right, so you'll burn to death if you approach them. Isn't that just because like Issa's on a rampage? Or is this something you're just talking about someone else? Is this like a different thingy?
Let me watch the context.
Whoa, no, what's happening? Like,
basically Valley is fighting Issa. That's the context, and she's watching them fight. And obviously, no one wants to watch their man get beat up or some shit, right?
just
So I'm guessing she wanted to go and stop the fight, and then obviously Sir Zex is like, "Hell no, my nigga, you'll get burned up. The ores have exceeded your limit." So basically, like full power raise, which we know is pretty strong, would still die by approaching. Now,
I think it's just that she would get caught up in the crossfire. I think the ores have nothing to do with it. Right.
Okay.
Because look.
Why? Because it says that
you see that you'll burn to death if you approach them? It has a period. If it was directly correlating to the next sentence, it would have a comma.
Okay, do you know what? Do you want to watch the episode then, bro? I don't mind. Giving you the timestamp.
But look, if it was directly correlating, it would have a comma, right? Because look, you'll burn to death if you approach them. Comma.
Why can't there be two different statements correlating the same thing, like a paragraph?
Because it just
a paragraph is one topic. A paragraph is one topic.
It doesn't make sense.
Multiple statements.
That's fine, but like if it was directly correlated, it would have a comma.
Okay, why can't
do you know what a comma is used for? Do you know what a comma is used for?
A break in sentence.
Right. Okay, look. Now, you're burnt to death if you approach them, comma. Their aura have exceeded your limits, right? This sentence with the comma instead of a period would imply the fact that the reason that she would die if she approached them is because of the exceeded aura,
I screenshotted it in the wrong format. It's the aura have exceeded your limit, you're burned to death. That's how it goes. Should I tag it so like it makes more sense? Because it's the order has exceeded. I don't mind giving you the timestamp if you still don't believe me.
No, I couldn't care less. Okay. So what you're claiming is that aura is equal to power because of this.
It would correlate.
You want to go to conclusion on that point?
Sure.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, right. So I think the reason why aura doesn't equivalent to power is because of first of all, I gave the example of like the Juggernaut drive aura. They almost died because of it, and me and Sticks both agree that the Juggernaut drive aura in that moment was a lot stronger. I believe you agree too. I don't know, but what's it called? I'm saying is that aura was a lot stronger than a season 4 balance breaker. Right, the aura from claimed to be arguing, that's the whole bigger picture, right? So, okay, because of that fact, right, the fact that the Juggernaut drive aura, it was stronger than a season 4 balance breaker aura, that would inherently mean that power does not equal to aura. And if Sticks is still trying to claim after that power is equal to aura, he would inherently be claiming that since because the aura of Juggernaut drive would be stronger, that Juggernaut drive over balance breaker, which would inherently be conceding to my premise. Which is why I think I won.
For this point, I've given a reason for why aura would translate to power or correlate at least to power, because even Tempest said helps my point more, where Tempest said that Arkano and Reyes couldn't get close to Issei's Juggernaut drive form because of the aura, and even Valley himself was scared of the aura because they would have died because of Juggernaut drive's immense aura. And then here back in season 2, we see again that aura would have killed Reyes because you'll burn to death if you approach them. The aura has exceeded your limits. That would just inherently prove that aura would correlate to power, because if you're not strong enough to stand next to someone's aura, you'll die. Therefore, if someone's aura is much stronger than yours, you will die. Therefore, aura would translate to some sort of a power. I'm done.
Wait, yo, Sticks, I have a question for you. This has nothing to do with conclusion, right? But he can give the text for this, I don't care. But how come they're able to stand next to Balance Breaker?
Because issei can control it now, bro.
No.
I did that after shower, bro. Do you know what time it is for me?
No, I don't.
Pretty late. It's pretty late, bro.
I was low-key missed.
Nigga, how you gonna
is
guess
this
that
your
at
quote-unquote
job?
student, bro? Go on.
Some guy that
Oh my
wanted.
god, nigga, such a monkey. What do you call it?
But I'm not giving my conclusion.
Did you hear the
Please tell me you
conclusion,
heard
bro? No, that's fine. But did you hear the conclusions? Okay, that's fine. Or did you hear the conclusions?
this nigga. Did you hear the conclusions? Yes or no, bro?
Yo, bro.
We do not care at school, bro.
Literally.
This nigga's failing match to judge a debate. Hell no. Do not do this to yourself. Keep going.
You're going
I
on
don't
how
have a
a
verdict.
verdict.
What?
Bro,
Bro,
nigga,
but
so
both my
cool.
points do with this
I
verdict.
mean, that's what I'll just give like sort of like a little quick summary, right? Basically, Sticks are claiming that aura equivalates to power, right? This would be false because in season 3, Issei's aura would have killed Rias and Akino, right? Because of the pure malicious intent and rage behind it, right? But in season 4, they're able to stand next to Issei perfectly fine. So if his claim was true, that aura equals to power, then Juggernaut Drive would inherently be stronger than Balance Breaker via his logic. That's basically agreeing to my premise, right? And what's it called? If he tries to argue the fact that, oh, he can control it, then that just proves my point that aura doesn't necessarily mean to power because you can control aura. So it doesn't necessarily mean power. That's what I mean. And that's basically a quick summary of what I said.
I think it's the opposite because it literally states in the scan, I see the Juggernaut control release, which means now you can control the release of this aura and this power, meaning it would still equate to a power. Second of all, Akino and Rias couldn't stand next to the Juggernaut Drive because of the aura, right? Because they were gonna die. And again in season 2, it's proven that Rias cannot stand next to Issei and Valley because they were fighting because of their aura. So that would inherently power, because in 2 instances where aura would equivalent to power. So you're proving my point. If they get stronger, then one of them is controlled because Issei got stronger and was able to control the Juggernaut Drive aura. Come on now.
So by your logic, you can see to my premise, bro. What are you on about?
No, bro, you're tripping out.
Not because
Sticks your premise trapped. How my premise trapped, bro?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because you're saying that aura is equal to power. So if Issei can control his aura sticks, right, then that means his aura isn't a representation of his power. Which means that my conclusion is correct. But if you say that that's wrong and that aura is directly equal to power, then you're agreeing that
if it's a power, then how can you control it? Because, okay, I'll explain. Juggernaut Drive, right, was an uncontrollable power in season 3, right? And then he got stronger, right? You would have to get stronger to be able to control it, bro. What are you talking about? You know, like niggas know how to control it. Yeah, he got stronger. Now he's able to control.
Yeah, but
how's that a premise?
Because his base got stronger, then so would Juggernaut Drive got stronger, and he hasn't demonstrated Juggernaut Drive since season 3 until where we're debating.
It closed the gap. It closed the gap.
But that's completely wrong via the multipliers, which was my whole point, right? It doesn't close the gap easier because
your
it's still a step multiplier.
Your multiplier is 0.0.
No, because he got stronger, so it can't be 0.0. It could be 0.00, infinite, and then 1. That's fine. But it's just still a multiplier.
The multiplier gets invalidated by the feats of proven. Because
No,
he literally,
nigga,
it
because
literally
you're
says that,
literally
like,
premise shop. You're
that's
literally
true.
premise shop. You're a premise shop.
No. It literally says that the Juggernaut drive was an uncontrolled release of this like powerful energy, bro. So which
Yo,
means
Swayze, it's Juggernaut
he got
Drive, which
strong
is
enough.
me, and Sticks has Balance Breaker for below volume 12.
He got strong enough to be able to control. That's a literal.
Okay, Sticks, okay, hold on, Sticks, right? So he can control his aura, right?
He could always control his aura, except in bad
Okay.
Juggernaut drive.
So that means aura isn't a direct representation of power.
Why?
Because you're saying that he can control it. So
Are
he
you
can control
like,
it to be
okay,
lower. So it isn't a
do you agree that
necessity.
like do you agree that like I can like control the output of power? Like, do you agree that a planetary being does not always give off planetary power?
Sticks, that's an amazing example. Thank you. Okay, Sticks. Right. So what you're claiming, right? So that's a perfect example and it ties into my point, right? You can
Hey, can I answer the
control, if you
question?
can control your aura, right?
Mhm.
That means a planetary being can control his punch, right? So that means his punch won't always be planetary. It won't always, like his punch won't always be a planetary level punch, just like the aura won't always be a direct representation of power. Unless in direct no, hold on. Unless in this direct instance, you prove to me that in that black text, right, which it was referring to aura, you can substantiate that that exact instance was referring to power.
Okay, give me a second. I'll refute yours quick. Right. So bone, right? The Juggernaut drive consumed issei. It was an uncontrollable power. Not control the power, correct? Yes, he could not control the power, right? And then he gets stronger in season 4, and he's now able to control that same power. That's an indication of him getting stronger, right? Okay. Now moving on. Tempest. What did you say about the black box?
Right, you don't have to prove to me that in that exact instance it would be referring to power along with aura, because I just told you why it wouldn't always 100% of the time be aura equals power.
Okay, if I can output the same amount of aura as someone else, right? Why would we not be like equals?
Because you could be stronger and you're just controlling it, so it's not a direct representation of it.
Okay, so I could be stronger. That means I can go better, right? If I'm stronger, I have better control of my aura, correct?
Not all the time, but I guess most of the time.
Okay, then that's what I'm trying to say. He got stronger, so now he got stronger, so now he can control his aura better to the
Well,
point
of
where.
course, he always evolves in balance breaker. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, obviously, his balance breaker is going to get stronger. He even got a power up. But
So
again,
now
it's still not stronger than
that same
Juggernaut
power,
Drive.
right? So he can
No.
control that same power that was uncontrollable at first, which is an indication of him getting stronger.
Okay, but Juggernaut Drive would still be uncontrollable via the what's it called? It getting stronger, which you agreed to in the beginning of the debate.
What getting stronger?
Right, look, what I can agree on, Sticks, is right because of your logic, right? Not necessarily, but what you've been arguing, I can agree on that. Season 4 or volume 12 and below balance breaker is equal to season 3 Juggernaut Drive. I'll agree on that. That's fine.
Nigga, that was the whole debate. What are you talking about?
No, I was using season 4 Juggernaut Drive and like volume 12 Juggernaut Drive.
There is no season 4 Juggernaut Drive, big dog.
Well, you know what I mean.
No, I don't. I thought you meant balance break over Juggernaut Drive. That's the only time you've
Yeah, that's what I'm arguing, yeah.
So you agree that season 4 is season 4 issei is above that Juggernaut Drive?
No, I'll say equal.
Okay, then you ready that he gets strong in volume 11? I mean, volume 12 after inheriting the great red thing.
That's after he died. I told you we're not using that. Right. Look, what I will agree on.
Pre-death? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I said like volume 11, like anything volume 11 or below, look sticks. Right. So you're saying, so can we come to the mutual agreement that what's it called? The Juggernaut, the balance breaker that you're arguing is equal to a season 3 Juggernaut Drive, which is like when it was showing Ash or whatever.
Let me finish my point, right?
No, six. This is basically my whole argument. I'm gonna need you to agree to that, unless you have any rebuttals.
Okay, what is your argument, bro? Because like you kind of like suppressing my
argument. Hold on, Sticks. If I am, I just need you to answer this, right? Because I was talking, right? Can we agree on the fact that fucking the balance breaker that you're arguing below volume 11 or 12, whatever, is equal to a season 3 Juggernaut Drive?
This Juggernaut Drive that I am arguing currently?
You're arguing balance breaker.
This one is stronger than the season 3 Juggernaut Drive?
It is equal to.
Equal to?
Mm-hmm.
I would say stronger because now you can control that. So that's an indication of it being strong because he could not control
No,
that power.
it's equal to.
Bro, okay, bro. If I can take a punch, right? I'll be able to. I'll be able to, right? But now I can control the punch, not just like give it out. If you know what I'm saying.
Yo, Sticks, bro, we got a verdict, bro.
It's a power plus a multiplier. He wouldn't scale to the aura via points. This has been going a little circular. My verdict at this point goes to Temp via contradiction of arguments. What are you talking about? The aura?
Yeah, the whole aura point. The aura doesn't necessarily mean power.
Power up plus, it's a power up plus a multiplier. He wouldn't scale to the aura. Who wouldn't scale to which aura?
What's it called? The whole point was that people always scale to their aura. That's what you mean, right? Because you were arguing, right? So my point was that aura doesn't necessarily equate to power. And I won the point via the judge's verdict, right? So now I'm going to need to substantiate that the scan you sent, in that instance, it's referring to power is equivalent to aura.
Okay, so it says the Juggernaut drive was an uncontrolled release of powerful energy. So that would mean like...
Where?
Do you want me to tag it? If you just scroll up a little bit.
But I'm talking about the black text, which was your scan and the basis of this whole argument.
Oh, you want to go over that?
Well, that's what we were arguing. Like, that's the whole aura thing.
Okay. So, Drive's like aura, right? His outrageous density of aura, right? The aura that he can give.
How does that necessarily correlate to power? But I don't really care about like sort of like what it implies. I want like actual proof. Maybe like a scan that says like it's referring to power or something like that. If you could find that for me, I'd appreciate it.
It's like I'll look.
Okay. You want me to start a timer? I'll start, bro.
Give me a sec. Hold on.
Yeah, because I really don't think that scan was talking about power. I think it was just talking about aura.
Yeah.
And okay, that's fine. If you somehow win this point, then I'll move on to my main scan. Probably. It's just a sussy baka and it cannot be that bad. I'm feeling like imposter. Yo, Bone, bro, if you lose the easy, no, bro, I swear to God.
Okay, wait. Do you notice that it says like the aura, like, or stronger, would be power, right?
Hmm?
Do you agree that like strength correlates to power?
Not all the time, which is the point I just won, Sticks. It's the point I just won.
Then why
the aura doesn't necessarily correlate, right? So because it doesn't necessarily correlate, and you're trying to say it does, and I'm going to need to substantiate that in that instance, power does mean.
Because it says the aura is perhaps stronger, so that would like correlate to power.
Can you prove that to me, bro? Because the aura doesn't necessarily correlate to power, bro. I just won that point. What are you on about?
Oh, okay. I was missing.
You're all good. What do you call Swayze? It's basically, Juggernaut Drive, right? That rage form. I'm arguing for that. Well, Sticks is arguing for Balance Breaker, which is his armor shit.
I actually understand I sent. Like it just shows that like issei and Drag are did I send it in the wrong place? Oh, no, it shows that like issei and Drag are like fighting this next person on equal terms at least, because that's what it's shown.
No, season 4 Balance Breaker, and season 4 Juggernaut Drive.
Huh?
This thing is we keep asking for the topic point.
No, bro, not season 2 Balance Breaker. Season 4.
That'd be spite as fuck. Okay.
Okay, so you're referring to the black box, correct?
Sure.
Do you know what the black box was meant for?
You were saying that because the aura surpassed the other form, that it would make it stronger.
Yeah, because it would correlate with strength.
Right, but I won the point on why it doesn't necessarily correlate to strength, right? So in that instance, you'd have to prove to me that in that specific instance, that black box, the context that it does mean that aura correlates to power in that instance, right? And does the scan use this and prove that, or is it some random ass scan?
It's just kind of like them being like able to fight on the same level, the two people, Drag and Issei.
Is it the same people that the other one was talking about?
Yeah, Issei and Drag. They're able to fight.
Can you give me like a chapter?
I don't remember the chapter, bro.
This doesn't.
They're fighting Nyx, the god of something. I forgot the god of something.
So you can't give me the chapter.
I think
I have no definite proof that like this correlates to the other previous black box.
You can check like volume 18. No, Nyx, this is like volume. Check
yo, why are we using volume 18, yo?
Because it has to do with my earlier point. I just stopped debating for a long time, but I just don't enjoy debating that much. And no, I never get anyone to debate these days. So,
but like,
a long time.
We're using like previous stuff, like volume 11. So like, why does that correlate to this?
This has to do with the black box.
People, when did the black box happen?
Nigga, I told you like volume 25.
So we can't use that because if they're equal in volume 25, that doesn't really prove anything that they're equal like earlier.
This had to do with their aura. Then you ultimately substantiate on this point of the black box, man. Again.
Okay, so like, so both of these scans are basically irrelevant because they don't have.
You don't want to tell me to substantiate on them, bro.
Okay, so if these are like fucking late ass after the point in which we agreed onto the debate, why are these like? Why can you use these?
Why you telling me to use it then? Why you telling me to substantiate?
If you want to substantiate that in that instant, power equals okay. So I guess we're just gonna invalidate these. So what's up now? Since you can't really use these, what's up now? Do you have any other rebuttals to my points or?
Yeah. So you rather like Valley 40 cent? I mean, Valley 40 cent. South Fort Valley.
When?
It wasn't like something that was written, but then I'll look for this. I don't know. But basically the statement is like Issei pulls up on Valley and on Salsa, and he's like, are you stronger than Valley? And he's like, who knows, but I'm not weaker. Hold on. But I keep leaving the VC scans. No, bro. The point had to substantiate on the point that the oil was.
What is this, bro? What is this proof?
Nick, I sent the wrong scam. No way I clicked on the wrong scam, bro. All right, so are you aware that like before this, right? Valley's Juggernaut drive bullied Issei's?
Say that again.
Are you aware that Valley's Juggernaut drive bullied Issei's?
When did this happen?
This happened when Issei used Juggernaut.
When?
What do you mean when? When Issei used Juggernaut drive, bro?
In season 3?
Yeah, that's the only nigga. Issei only used Juggernaut drive once.
Okay.
And
you're saying the Valley molested. Do you have like thing, or do I need to go watch this shit, or what's up?
Do you want me to get a scan for you?
Sure. I don't remember that. I remember like I remember the Valley stopping, but I don't think he was in Juggernaut Drive.
Also, like, so are you fine with like balance breaker Valley being above?
No, I just need some sort of proof.
Yeah, I'll get you proof. I think it was it's in the season. Like it's 7:30. I haven't showered, bro. The fuck?
Nigga, 7 is so early, bro.
But I'm not done with my homework. That's the thing. Are you gonna load? All right, so I sent a scan. Shit, I was in class when I took the screenshot. Hello?
Okay, so that's like those two niggas. So Valley is biting him.
Yeah, like he kind of like just was faster than Issei and then like bit Issei and then like started dividing Issei.
So you're saying that he Balance Breaker Valley beat or Juggernaut Drive beat Juggernaut Drive Issei.
Juggernaut Drive Valley beat Juggernaut Drive Issei, correct.
Okay, so where is this going?
And then in the previous scan, Issei asks Valley, "Are you stronger than our South or Ox?" He says, "Who knows? But for sure, I'm not weaker than him." Right? That would mean at least they're equal, right? He doesn't know if he's stronger, but at least they're equal, right? This will also be proven by the fact. Also, later on in Volume 11, didn't Salsa kind of like 1v7 them?
Okay, yeah, so that means they're not equal, nigga.
So that means Salsa's above, right?
Okay, where are you going with this?
Okay, nigga. I'll explain this slowly. Right? Sao equal Valley. Valley above Issei. Issei beat Sao at the in season 4, volume like 10ish, volume 9ish. He beat. So that means that he would be above. He's in complete Juggernaut Drive, which is above, and which is below Valley's completed Juggernaut Drive.
I'm not talking about Valley.
Hmm?
Bro, okay, so you're for it?
Because the Juggernaut drive at first is too powerful for him to control, and now he's able to control it.
What do you call it?
Wait,
That
wait,
doesn't
wait.
matter because of the multiplier that still exists, bro. It like what you call
The
it?
multiplier is allowed
wouldn't-
to exist, right?
the gap wouldn't
Right.
close, bro. The gap wouldn't close.
Which gap wouldn't close?
The gap of the multiplier, which is what you're claiming. Because look, it doesn't matter how much stronger balance breaker gets, because of the multiplier that exists. It doesn't matter the quantity of it. It would still inherently be above by the same amount via the multiplier.
The multiplier would not. Okay, the multiplier would be the difference between a base balance breaker to a base Juggernaut drive, correct?
It would be balance breaker to Juggernaut.
Yes, right. So you were that like issei, this weird guy issei has the ability to take boost and he powers up by ×2.
Okay, yeah,
So inherently,
so
him boosting closes that gap, bro.
no, because he could boost in Juggernaut drive.
He can, right? No, has he boosted in Juggernaut drive?
I'm saying
Let me
he
check
can.
the episode quick.
I'm saying he
You think
can.
he
Right?
can?
So that whole thing was invalid because any power up that gains in balance breaker occurs in Juggernaut drive, bro. So that amp would also occur to Juggernaut drive. Juggernaut drive would inherently be stronger, bro, which is what you agreed to in the beginning, bro. Like you're just backtracking on your points now, bro.
What the? I didn't agree to Juggernaut drive being strong in the beginning.
No, yes, you did in season 3. You literally said it was neg.
Yeah, in season 3, yes, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Now you also agreed that it works sort of like Super Saiyan, where like what's it called? Whatever does to the base form, the other forms are gonna get stronger. But you literally agreed to that. You can't backtrack that. I have the recording, right?
I'm not backtracking that.
Okay. So whatever is done, how whatever the amp that balance breaker got would occur to Juggernaut drive. Juggernaut drive would inherently be as stronger as balance breaker got via the multiplier.
I'm saying, can balance breaker boost? Is what I'm trying to ask right now.
Why does that matter?
Because if he can't boost and balance breaker can boost, the gap would be closing. What do you mean, bro? The multiplier will close.
Well, okay. How does boosting work? Tell me.
Sorry?
How does boosting work?
×2.
No, I mean like what is boosting? Like what does he do in order to boost?
Multiplies his power.
No, you're not getting it, bro. Like what does he do?
You're asking me what is a boost? He boosts by multiplying his power.
Okay. So how does he multiply his power? Like via his sacred gear? Does he like tap it or what's up? I'm asking you.
He just boosts, bro. The boost.
Okay, so then,
that nigga drags power.
So then he just boosts. He just says, "Oh, I'm gonna boost," so he boosts.
He just says boost, yeah. Well, he doesn't say boost.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, then yeah. Because of that, then yeah, Juggernaut drive should be able to boost because he could just say, "Oh, I boost," which is why I was asking you: is there a certain requirement for like the boost to occur, which would be prohibited or not allowed and not physically possible in Juggernaut drive, which you didn't substantiate? There would be, right? So we would go to the logical assumption that you can.
Can Juggernaut drive boost? You haven't given me an answer.
Well, I just gave it. We're
gonna go
with the logical assumption that he can boost in it via what we just stated, bro.
Wow, why do we go? Why is that why is that like the absolute logical point that he did? Because
I just told you why. Because if there's no requirements to boost, right? He just says, "Oh, I'm going to boost," which is what you agreed to. And he should be able to boost, and he can boost.
Yo, let me get this straight real quick.
I'll just check if you can.
Yo. Does Dick what's it called get his boost to like 2%? Because I heard his boost is like a 2 booster. His multiplier.
It's
I don't know why the quantity really matters. He hasn't actually quantified, but I don't see why it matters.
That's how Issei's boost works.
It was 2, right?
×2. Yeah.
Okay, and Tempest's multiplier wasn't what's it called? Quantified.
His boost?
Therefore, Styx's boost is stronger.
No, Bon. What I'm saying is that what's it called? Boosting is available in any form. When he has his
but yours doesn't have a quantity over his because his has 2, and you didn't quantify your boost. So therefore, his boost transcends yours. You can boost, but it doesn't transcend his.
Bon, are you okay in the head?
I'm okay in the head.
That's a genuine question. Are you okay in the head?
Yeah, I'm okay in the head. Why?
Okay. Right, so you're aware that the multiplier was just a difference in strength and it wasn't actually the boost? what's it called? The boost that Sticks has is for all forms. Nigga, it doesn't matter what form he boosts, and the boost will always stay the same. Nigga, are you dumb?
Are you talking about? Are you saying like all of Issei's forms have boosts?
Well, I mean, what's it called? The ones that do.
The ones that do is Juggernaut Drive another?
I told you why it would be.
Wow. Okay.
Nigga, you're not gonna keep asking why, bro. You're not gonna. No, I told that's an infinite regression. You've asked why like 4 times. If every time I explain, you're just gonna keep asking why, then I'm gonna call it.
No, you haven't given me a reason for why it can boost.
It's because look, you gave no requirement for him to boost, right? I told you, okay, how does he boost? And you're like, by multiplying his power. I was like, oh,
okay, is that not how he boosts? Is that not how he boosts?
Oh well, I mean, I'm not saying
You
you're right
asked
or
me how
wrong.
you-
I'm not saying you're right or wrong.
You didn't ultimate the requirements. You asked how does he boost, and that's how he boosts by multiplying his power.
Okay, yeah. So then what's the cut? Yeah. So what's the cut? Why would that limit Juggernaut Drive?
Because Juggernaut Drive is not shown to boost.
That what?
Yeah, Juggernaut Drive was just that powerful. They just didn't boost.
It didn't need to boost.
Okay, so therefore we don't know if it can or cannot boost, so we cannot just say
I'm giving you the logical assumption on why it can. I'll just call it Occam's razor. The logical assumption, right, is what we're gonna take.
Why? Why is that the logical assumption?
That's infinite regression. That's infinite regression.
But it's not.
No.
If it's not shown,
I've explained too many. I've explained too many times. I've explained too many times.
No, but you have not explained.
Let's go to conclusion on this point.
All right, sure.
On whether Juggernaut Drive has boost or not. The same boost that you're arguing for, right?
Okay, the multiplier? Yeah, sure.
What multiplier? The boost.
He said multiplying is power, bro.
Yeah, by like 2 or whatever.
That's the one that we know about, yeah.
Okay.
That's the only one that's the only quantification.
So I'll start right. So what's the called? In Balance Breaker Form 6 said that what's it called? He can boost via whatever. He just said, oh, I'm gonna boost, right? What's the called? And I've explained to him like at least 4 or 5 times, right? That he gave no specific requirements to boosting and no reasons why boosting would be limited to excluding Juggernaut Drive, right? So what's it called? I've explained that like many times. He just kept asking why. I called the infinite regression. He never rebutted the infinite regression. He just keep asking why, right? And then what do you call it? I called Occam's razor on it because he gave no valid reason as to why the logical assumption would be otherwise to what I said. And I claim that the logical assumption would be because he gave no specific requirements and no reason why it would exclude Juggernaut Drive for the boosting thing, Juggernaut Drive just cannot boost, right? He gave no reason why the logical assumption would be different from what I said. And so the Occam's razor would be valid. He just kept asking why, even though I explained it to him many times. I called it infinite regression. I could have called it ad nauseum, but I didn't, right? Also, I think I won the point of like both the forms having the same boost. And it's not talking about the multiplier that I was talking about earlier, but that's a completely different thing, by the way. I know you got it mixed up.
All right, so are you done?
Go for it.
Okay, so I mentioned that issei, shit, my toe is dry. That issei's booster would be able to close that gap, right? Then he mentioned that the fact that the Juggernaut Drive would be able to use that boost. He hasn't given a reason for. I mean, he hasn't shown that. It hasn't shown that Juggernaut Drive can boost, and it would not be the logical assumption because the Juggernaut Drive was not created the same as all the other forms. I thought that was already established by now, but it seems like he forgot that. That's the my conclusion. You can type your verdict. I'm gonna go.
Hold on. Six. Genuine question. When did you say that it was a different form from the other ones? Yo, Bon, are you preying on my downfall, yo? Are you preying on my downfall, yo? Why you like? I'm a goat, bro. You can't deny that, bro. Okay. Yeah, she was wondering. He kept asking why. Bone, you're surprisingly competent, bro. You're surprisingly competent.
Yo, come to shower.
Fucking black ass nigga, bro.
Hello?
Bro.
Milkboystix. Well, you weren't here for the verdict, but I got it.
Okay. So basically, my verdict
I got the
was that
verdict.
via what's it called? What's it called? He said that he called the Occam's razor, and you literally just kept asking him why when he gave what's it called? He gave reasoning why it was an Occam's razor via him, like what's it called? He literally said he didn't provide any specific requirements. He did not contend that. And then there was this other one which I forgot. Tempest. What did I say? There was like this first argument, but I forgot it.
What's it called? It was because what's it called? First of all, there was no requirements and there was no limitation as to why
Yeah.
Juggernaut Drive couldn't boost.
That was basically it. You would just lose this point sadly by default. Via those two points.
I'm a shot now.
This nigga bring him a downfall. Leave him alone.
But my mom's pressing me right now, bro. Yeah.
Actually, do you have anything else, bro? Right now, like,
I'm gonna real quick.
I'll just text how how the debate's going so far using points, right? So
Okay.
there is a strong.
Bro, after I'm just gonna concede my because I have to. Me and my mom have to go do something, so I'm just gonna concede for now. Peace.
See ya.
Wait, concede a debate or like did he just
Yo, this
concede?
nigga sticks to not win a single point, yo. Yeah.
Not 1 point.
No, Jalen, he did not win a single point, yo.
No, I don't know, bro. He
vote
just
for
got
that nigga,
worse,
but he
man.
didn't win a single point, bro.
You slammed him.
It was in versus Z2. I thought he was gonna put up a more challenge. What do you give the difficulty?
No diff. He didn't win one single point. And he agreed. The reason why he got premise trapped so much is because at the beginning he was agreeing to everything you were saying. Would you agree to this? Would you agree to this? If not, I don't know, man. But no diff. Oh, I gotta go.
Bro, I was expecting more of a challenge, bro. It's just